good, group number one? For those of you who are drawn to image number uno, this is going to be your reading today. Um, we're going to be looking into how can you nurture yourself more. So this is a reading that I did for myself a couple days ago, and I just felt led to do it with the collective today. So we're going to be looking into how you can nurture yourself more. How can you pour into yourself more? How can you practice a little bit more of self love? So, opening up to your energy, I'm seeing the color blue. Um, so, that may have to do with like your throat chakra, maybe expressing yourself more, or yeah, something about expressing yourself more or being yourself. Something about laughing more or being, I just heard goofy. Okay, so some of you, group number one, may have a goofy side to you. Some of you may be, a little bit selective over who you show that to, but I definitely feel like many of you have a goofy side to you that I feel like would be very well appreciated by others in some type of way or capacity, or just this is a self love reading for you, so this could be healing for you as well. So some of you may want to express your goofy side a little bit more. Let's get some cards here. Wow. So this is actually the card that fell out at first. I don't know if you saw, but this came out. So you got forgiveness. Okay, so this is about your inner child. And it's funny you got the blue card is here as well. So this is your I feel like you can nurture yourself more by um, giving some attention to your inner child. I feel like growing up, some of you may have felt like you couldn't be yourself or 100%. I mean, this doesn't apply to everybody, but I am picking this up for somebody here. Because I am noticing, like, I don't know if y'all can see, it's a little scary, but the little, it's like people in the bushes here watching. They have masks on. So you may have had a lot of people in the past where you may have had to put a mask on and maybe pretend to be somebody that you weren't, or maybe pretend to be okay with certain things that you were not. Um, However, that may resonate for you. So I feel like here you're being asked now to put that mask down and to be yourself, express yourself however way you want to. I definitely see for many of you, you'll probably be going through like a physical glow up soon, as far as like your aesthetic, or some of you could be your looks. You may change up your look in some type of way, or get something added, taken away. I don't know, but that is coming up here. But I definitely feel like you have learned to really accept yourself and just do you, and that's a beautiful thing. I feel like many of you, that's been a journey. Yeah, here on the other side of the card here, that's been a really long journey for you. But I feel like now you are learning to be comfortable with yourself. This card kind of reminds me of strength in the tarot deck. So it's like you're learning to make peace with your demons. You're learning to um, confront that shit, head on, and not cower down, not water yourself down. So I feel like many of you, you've done a really good job. So I feel like how you can nurture yourself now in this moment is to maybe do things that's a little bit healing for your inner child. Things that maybe you used to love to do when you were a kid, that you may have dropped off on. Um, I'm seeing jump rope for somebody here. I'm seeing somebody hula hoop. And hula hooping is really good too, especially for releasing some like stored trauma in your hips. Um, or, I mean, you don't even have to have a hula hoop. You can literally just put some music on and just get to gyrating. Um, yeah, something about something physical, getting physically active in some type of way. Maybe some of you may have done like a sport when you were younger, and you may have like maybe fallen off from it, or maybe you don't do it as much as you used to, or play it as much as you used to. This could be, you getting back into that. Yeah, seeing an instrument for somebody here as well, piano, guitar. Some of you could have liked to play instruments when you were younger, or you may have taken lessons, or used to be in like band or something like that. You may not have picked up that instrument in quite a while. Yeah, how you can nurture yourself more is definitely by nurturing your inner child. This could even be like watching things that make you feel a sense of nostalgia. So that sense of, I used to feel this when I was young, or when I was 10 years old, whatever that may be for you. But, maybe it could be watching a Disney Channel movie, or um, I don't know, maybe something that you used to watch when you were little, or something that reminds you of your childhood. But there's definitely a big emphasis on your reading today regarding your inner child. So maybe it's time to work with it a little bit more. Even something about foods. I'm seeing something about like self-indulging. So I definitely feel like how you can nurture yourself more is by indulging more in things. Um, and that's so interesting. Okay, the Emperor is here at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, definitely indulging in things. I'll be surprised, or wouldn't be surprised if the Nine of Pentacles came up. Um, but definitely indulging in yourself, indulging in maybe foods that you may lately have been a little bit like, I don't know, like too hard on yourself on. Yeah, or maybe you haven't bought yourself anything in a while, and I feel like this is definitely group of you maybe needing to pour into yourself more in a material way. So you got 6 of Cups here. So how you can nurture yourself more is is by being open to others, being open to help and support. Maybe some of you may have had to do a lot of things on your own, or you're just somebody who's very independent. But I definitely feel like with this 6 of Cups here, it would benefit you to be more open and receptive to other people's help, support, and even feedback. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to take it or do what they say, but it's okay to be open to that. This could even be in like a career sense, like a career setting for some of you. I actually want to clarify this. Can you clarify the 6 of Cups? So you got the 4 of Cups and Ace of Wands. Okay. Yeah, okay. So it seems like kind of a side message here. You got the Ace of Wands here and the Four of Cups. So I feel like for some of you, you may have been manifesting something or asking the universe for something. Um, and I feel like it's going to come in, but it may come in a way that you weren't expecting or were not expecting. Sorry. Um, yeah, it may come in a different way than what you thought it was or were expecting for it to. So that's why the universe is kind of wanting you to be a little bit more open at this moment. Because I feel like, in a sense, it's going to be very nurturing to you, um, because it's going to be something that may help relieve stress in a way, or that may take care of something for you, something that you don't have to worry about anymore. But again, it may come in a form or a way that may be a little bit different than what you were expecting. So I feel like, some of you, this could even be money coming in. Maybe the universe wants you to use this money to maybe take yourself on a trip or a vacation or like a spa day or something like that. Um, or buy yourself something, or I don't know, for school for somebody here as well. But yeah, I definitely see like the universe offering you something. And I, because this is the after tarot, so this is happens after the original like Rider Waite deck. But he was offered this cup by the universe. It was in the cloud. It offered it to him, but he's pouring it out. He doesn't want it, which I can see both sides of it. But I feel like in your sense, spirit doesn't want you to miss out on something. So be more open at this moment. Um, yeah, definitely. Again, how again, not again, but another thing that I'm picking up for how you can nurture yourself more with this Ace of Wands. Um, Kind of what I was saying about like self indulgence. This could also be like, for those of you who are 18 up, this could be like sexual um, indulgence as well. And I think I'm gonna leave it at that. Or like self pleasure. Not telling you what to do. I'm not doing any of that, but it's just a message that came up. If it resonates for you, it resonates. If it doesn't, it does not. It's not for you. So let's get a little deeper here. How can group number one nurture themselves more? I get one more. Okay, so we got 34 with oceans, muse, waters, wisdom, intuition, hermit's light, discovery. So I feel like for this group here, how you can nurture yourself more, you may want to connect with water in some type of way. If you live near like an ocean or a body of water, definitely connect with it. I'm seeing somebody like meditating on the beach, or somebody meditating on a what is it called, a dock. Um, but I definitely see you have a very close relationship with, or a close bond or connection with the element of water. A lot of you may be water signs or have a lot of water in your chart: Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But yeah, um, there's definitely a connection with water here. Many of you, you're very intuitive. So I feel like you're able to pick up on a lot of things, especially when it comes to yourself and your body. Your body communicates to you. not through like words or language, but definitely through like feelings. You may get a feeling in your body. Let's say, for instance, you're eating something and your body's not a big fan of it. Your body, you may, like your nose may run, or um, you may get like a cramp in your chest or a cramp in your stomach, or I don't know, but there's something about your body definitely like talks to you in a sense or kind of warns you about certain things. But it's up to you to like listen to that and to listen to your intuition. Because some of you, how you can nurture yourself is could definitely be watching what you're consuming at the moment. So maybe this is, your body saying like, hey, let's listen to our intuition, so that way, you're not putting things in your body, in your temple, that would cause it to deteriorate or, get sick or ill or anything like that. So definitely be listening to your body at this moment, drinking more water. Okay, so I just heard stay hydrated. So hydrating, I feel like it's a misconception. A lot of people think it's just drinking water, but hydrating yourself is about hydrating yourself. It doesn't have to be H2O. It can be other beverages, such as like, it can even be like fruit, like watermelon or melons, cantaloupe. Um, I've recently started making like agua frescas. It's basically like just get like a watermelon, chop it up into pieces, with lemon juice and a little bit of honey, and you just blend it up and strain it, and you got you a nice hydrating beverage there. I'm not a paid nutritionist or anything like that. I'm not a nutritionist at all, but definitely hydrating yourself maybe in different ways. Um, it doesn't have to be water. You can even like infuse your water with different fruits to make it give a little bit more flavor. And I'm not also saying like you don't have to cut off sodas or anything like that. You can have a good balance with that, which I feel like you have been working towards. That is having a good balance with what you're consuming and um, things like that. So that one's that. So you got card 28 with Belladonna Visions. So caution, guidance, clarity, and stand firm. So how you can nurture yourself more at the moment is by yeah, it's something about listening to your intuition at this moment. I feel like your intuition is going to play a really, really big role in how things manifest for you. But again, as far as how you can nurture yourself at the moment is by just really listening to how your body responds to certain things, even like the people you're around. This is a very strange energy. It's a little bit difficult to kind of read through because I feel like it's kind of meant to, because I'm seeing the moon card, and when I get that, when I'm doing readings, when I see that in my mind's eye when I'm doing readings, that's spirit saying like, hey, this is like we want to keep the information as tight as possible because it's meant to be like a surprise in some type of sense. um so this is something pretty big manifesting for you, group number one. And I feel like nurturing yourself at the moment, as far as just having fun, tapping into your inner child, just continuing to do what you do, because I feel like you're the pile that you already know this shit. A lot of this is just like confirmation for you. So I feel like you're already on your shit. You already like intuitively know. You're already like intuitively in flow with the universe. But I just feel like for this group, it's mostly just little small details that may need to be tightened up. Because I feel like you have something very, I just heard the word lucrative, something very, let's just say it's going to be a blessing. Something really nice that's going to be coming in for you. But again, your spirit guides really wanted to clarify, or not clarify, but put it like a hammer down on listening to your intuition at the moment. Do whatever you need to do to help you get in tune with that, which again is why I brought up like water. So maybe this could even be some of you taking spiritual baths, or yeah, like a spiritual bath or like a self care bath. Definitely using like salt. If you got like Epsom salt, that's great. Pink Himalayan, that's great. Um, but definitely protecting your energy in that way as well. I don't know. I'm trying to like feel into the energy a little bit more, but my spirit guides are like, we're not giving you any more about what's to come, because they want you to focus on the present moment and focus on where you are right now and make sure that you are prepared and ready to move forward, because things are going to speed up for you, group number one. So nurturing yourself at the moment, and taking the advice given is going to be very helpful for you. So I want to close out the reading with um, a good practical guidance and advice for you. So it says low vibes, things that lower your vibration, judgment, criticism, worry, self judgment, being unkind. Pay attention to what you are saying. Focus on the good things happening around you. Nobody is perfect. Be gentle with yourself and try saying it in a positive way, hopeful way. So this is definitely about being careful of, low vibrations at the moment. And a lot of people think that, oh, you should stay in a high vibration. Like, no, some people, in order for you to like learn certain things or heal through certain things, you may need to go down to that, lower vibration to deal with it and understand it. So I feel like you have been in that low vibration for a while, to help you kind of get through things and heal through things and get a deeper understanding into why you had to go through certain experiences and traumas. So I feel like now you're coming out of that. You're coming out of, where was it? Hermit. So hermit's light. So you're coming out of hermit mode. Um, yeah, and it's like you are stepping into a much more like peaceful time in your life. For some of you, even with this four of cups, you may even start to feel a little bit bored. You may feel like nothing's happening around you. You may honestly feel really, really bored. But that's just peace. That's literally the feeling of peace. And it's not that you're bored. It's just that you are at peace with yourself and at peace with the world around you. And many of you, you may already be in that energy of peace, to where you feel bored and feel like things aren't happening for you. But I feel like, that's the energy, that's the outcome of you going through all of that inner work and going through that hermit mode of dealing with shit and doing your shadow work and breaking those generational traumas and curses, you know like, and doing the damn thing and doing it fucking beautifully, if I may say so myself, group number one. You're doing amazing. You're doing amazing. So I want you to, understand that you're on the right path. You're exactly where you're meant to be. Um, Again, just continue to nurture yourself, continue to connect with water, um, continue to, have fun with your inner child, have fun in general, enjoy things, enjoy life, enjoy where you are right now, because things could change later on, um, for the better. So, group number one, these are all the messages that I'm seeing for y'all. So, let me know how the reading resonates for you in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you all in my next reading. Peace out. All right, what's good, group number two? For those of you who are drawn to picture number dos, this is going to be your reading today. Going to be looking into how can you nurture yourself more? How can you pour back into yourself? Just wanted to get a good self-love, self-care type of reading today. I did it for myself a few days ago, so I just thought, why not do it for the collective? So this is for group number two, spirit guides. How can group number two nurture themselves more? Please provide clear, guided, healing messages on today for group number two. How can they nurture themselves more? Okay, so you got perception, then you got balance. Then here at the bottom of the deck, you have mysticism. So this is giving me kind of the energy of like balancing the head and the heart. What you mean by that, spirit? Okay. So I feel like how you can nurture yourself more, um, for one, is definitely finding a good and consistent like mindfulness practice. And I feel like for some of you, for maybe for, even for a lot of you, like meditation just doesn't work, and that's fine. That's normal. That's natural. Don't let anybody tell you that you're you're not doing it right if you're not meditating. You don't have to meditate. I only give that advice if I feel like that group or that person, may need to meditate. But I feel like for your group here, mindfulness is going to be really important, because mindfulness is the art or the practice of being present, being here in the present moment. So I feel like for this group here, how you can nurture yourself more is, again, finding a some type of practice or hobby or something about creativity, something where you are using your creativity. Yeah, and I feel like this is going to be something that will turn into a mindfulness practice for you. So I'm even seeing like, I don't know, I just saw somebody do like kickboxing. Maybe for some of you this could be some type of like physical activity. Some of you this could be like going to the gym. For somebody here, this could even be like gardening. I'm just noticing the pretty little flower bush in the back. But I definitely feel like you're kind of needing to find a good mindfulness practice, because I feel like when I was talking about like balancing the heart and the head, I feel like many of you may have, you're either too much in your head lately or too much in your feelings or emotions lately. And I feel like you're needing a good mindfulness practice to help balance that out. Does this make sense? Um, well, yes, it does, Zeke. So I definitely feel like for this group, mindfulness. So, and I know I've repeated that like 20 times now, but I definitely feel like you guys and gals and thems and zims could really use a good like something like, especially if you are used to doing things with like your friend or best friend or with other people, I feel like you can nurture yourself more by maybe doing something independently or finding something where you do that independently. For some of you, you're like perfect. I am, I don't got friends no way, so I do this shit on my own regardless. And for others of you, you know, like I said, if you're used to doing things with other people, especially if it's like a motivational type of thing, you may need to find something to where you can kind of self motivate or, um, again, like do it independently. Which is nothing wrong with, doing things with other people. But I feel like when you're doing something mindfulness wise, personally, I feel like, it's probably best to do that independently. Um, not to say that you can't tell other people about it or include other people in times, but yeah, this feels like you needing like alone time. So some of you, this could even be you maybe like needing to plan a vacation for yourself or take a day or two off of work. Um, if you're worried about money, stop being worried about the money you're taking care of, especially when you're being asked by spirit to, nurture yourself and pour into yourself. The money will be taken care of. But I definitely feel like for this group here, you're needing like to chill out. Yeah, you need to. If you're, this is mostly for those who have been like working a lot or kind of doing a lot of things or at a lot of different places lately. This is your spirit guide saying to chill out a little bit. Let's go sit down. Let's go sit on our patio or our porch and just enjoy the view. Or let's go to the park and let's just enjoy the park. Let's just enjoy the breeze. So I definitely feel like, oops, sorry, for this group here, something about nature, maybe going out into nature more. I'm drawn to the naturistic scene here. So definitely going out into nature more, maybe going to the park. If you have a pet like a dog or I don't know any other pet that you would really like walk, but if you have a pet that you would like walk, definitely something about taking them to the park. Um, Maybe hiking for somebody here as well. But whatever your way of getting out into nature is, do that. Do that. Let's get some tarot cards here. Yeah, definitely nurturing yourself, pouring into yourself more is going to look like some type of practice or activity. So, how can they nurture themselves more? How can group number two nurture themselves more? Ooh, so you got the Seven of Swords and the Hangman. Okay, so with the Seven of Swords, the story told behind it can go two different ways. Some people are like he's stealing from this, camp or this, I don't know what it's called, but let's say camp. He's stealing from them. But like a lot of other stories that I've heard was that this camp or this other people here actually stole from his camp. And so he's just taking it back. And that's kind of the side of the story that I'm getting for this group here. Is like you um, are needing to take your power back in a way, and I feel like your way of taking your power back is literally by nurturing yourself, by pouring into yourself, by practicing self love and self care. Pouring into yourself as well is also shifting your mindset. It's shifting your mindset from a place of lack to a place of abundance. So for this group here, nurturing yourself is more of an internal thing versus an external thing. Is the biggest message I'm picking up for y'all. Yeah. So some of you may even need to be careful of those around you. You may have people who, because I am drawn to this card here, this balance card. It's like this guy here or this person here looks like they're balancing their scales very well. Things are balancing out very well for them, but it's almost like the people below are a little bit jealous of that. So be careful of your energy at the moment. Something about setup. Somebody may try to set you up for something or may lie on you about something. That's not for everybody. It's just a very specific message for somebody here. So be careful of, what you're saying to people or what you're saying around certain people. Um, so how you can nurture yourself is protecting your energy at the moment. Protect yourself, group number two, because you may have some people around you who are noticing your glow up. Because I feel like, all of this being said here, you've already been on this journey. You've already been doing the damn thing. Because I've manifested people in my readings who are doing the damn thing. They're already on it. My readings are more so for of confirmation for you. So I feel like you've already been on this journey of healing and pouring into yourself, self love, and all of that. You've already been doing this. So I feel like, again, this is more so confirmation, and you're doing a lot of, you know, inner healing, and it's starting to show on the outside here, and you're having quite a few people who are jealous of this glow up. So what comes with that territory, unfortunately, is people who are going to hate on you, and some people may take that hate and may try to sabotage certain people. So I feel like for somebody here in this group, just be careful of the people around you. Something about coworkers. Be careful with your coworkers, what you're saying to them. Um, Even if it's like joking around, some people may use that joke and turn it around on you. Um, but I don't want that to scare you or anything, but I am picking up a little bit of a haterade type of energy here. So just be careful of that. Make sure your spiritual protection is up. Make sure you're protecting your home as well. However way you need to do that. And that could even come through you finding this mindfulness practice again. You getting into a good mindfulness practice and learning to be in the present moment. Because maybe some of you, you're not even seeing it. You're not even seeing the hate, or you may be feeling it, but you're not really seeing it, or you're not even choosing to. Some of you may be choosing to not see certain things from people. So listen to your intuition and really trust your intuition. Yeah, that's definitely why they want you to find a good mindfulness practice for you to learn to be present, because there's something going on in your present moment that you're needing to deal with, and it will be dealt with. That's just point blank, period. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? How can they pour, or how can they nurture themselves more? How can they nurture themselves more? So, water, I'm drawn to, she's feeding him water. And the light around his head is symbolizing enlightenment. So he's very enlightened. But just because you're enlightened or you've reached a level of self actualization doesn't mean that you don't get a little depleted at times. So I definitely feel like you've really reached a really high level um, of like deep understanding and just connection with source or with spirit or God, Allah, whatever you want to call it. But again, that doesn't mean that you don't get depleted at times. So definitely take care of yourself spiritually. Don't think that you are just untouchable. Is what I'm picking up here. Don't think that you're untouchable. Don't think that you can't be fucked with. Don't think that somebody may throw something at you, a spell or something, and you can't be touched. Because sometimes shit could leak through. So definitely, again, stay on your p's and q's. Don't let your ego get too big or inflated at the moment, because it may cause you to fall into a trap here. Because I don't know if you see, he's literally walking straight into a trap. So yeah, there's just a forewarning here for this group. But I feel like that's not going to be a problem, just as long as you're, again, listening to your intuition and continuing to pour into yourself. So let's get a few more cards here. How can group number 2 nurture themselves more? How can they nurture themselves more? So you got ancestors, and this card one. So family, survival, death, worship. So this may be asking you to get back into your spiritual practice as well. So some of you may have been kind of slacking on your spiritual practice, or slacking on your protection, or slacking on something spiritually related. You may used to meditate a lot, but you may have slipped on that, or you may have had a good mindfulness practice and you may have slipped on that. But this is definitely giving me like routine type of energy here. So definitely, get back into that routine of taking care of yourself. Group number 2. Yeah, you can definitely nurture yourself more by connecting more with your ancestors, connecting more with those who have come before you. Um, I feel like a lot of you in this group, you have some like witchy roots. Like I feel like in your bloodline, or even maybe for many of you in past lives, you may have been shamans or witches or healers or different masters of different mystical arts, or I just feel like you've done a lot in past lives, or even within your bloodline, a lot of spiritual gifts and spiritual practices. So some of you may be having a spiritual gift, or a past life memory unlocking for you. You may be really drawn or attracted to something. Maybe you start to look for a hobby or a mindfulness practice, and you may come upon something and you're like, oh, well, that sounds familiar. Have I done that before? And it may give you that sense of familiarity, because I feel like whatever you may pick up or pick back up, it's going to feel very familiar to you, because I feel like you've done it before. Let me get one more of these cards. Okay, thank you. Astral travels, yeah. Possible impossibility, freedom, traveler, inner dreams. So how you can nurture yourself more is definitely paying attention to your dreams. Um, you're very spiritually gifted, group number 2. You have a lot of spiritual gifts within you that some of them you are aware of, and others of them you have yet to unlock it. Which again, a lot of this is passed down from generation to generation. Some people in your family may have used it, some people have not. Um, and for some of you, this may be a gift that hasn't been used in generations, and you're the first in like maybe 10 generations to tap back into this gift, or this um, thing or hobby, or something. I don't know. But definitely something's unlocking for you from a past life, or from your bloodline, your ancestors. So I feel like at the moment, how you can nurture yourself more is again by just being present and standing in your power, being attentive and cautious of the world around you, in your waking world. Of course, some of you may even be astral travelers. You may astral travel in your or astral project in your dreams, which is really cool. I do the same. Um, Something about mugwort. Maybe some of you may make like mugwort tea, or if you smoke, you may add a little bit of it into your whatever you're smoking. um, Mugwort, lavender. So some of you may want to work with those herbs. Mugwort is really good for dreams and helping to remember your dreams as well. Lavender is really good to help calm and to help relieve stress. So I feel like that combo is really good for sleep at night. And chamomile as well. But anyway, um, yeah, definitely nurturing yourself more is going to involve you getting back into your spiritual practice, getting back into your spiritual journey all in itself. Um, yeah, and definitely finding a good balance between like your spiritual life and your, material, mundane, day to day life, if that makes sense. Um, yeah. Let's get one last card here. One more card. Get a little bit of practical advice and guidance for you moving forward. How can they nurture themselves more? Okay. How can group number two nurture themselves more? Okay, this fell out. Let's see. Barefoot. Walk barefoot. Take off your shoes and feel the ground inside or outside. For full benefit, walk on a natural surface like grass or imagine walking barefoot on a warm beach. Connecting with the ground charges your body with the earth's energy and its natural good vibration. So, again, this is you connecting with earth, connecting with nature. And one way that you can connect with earth or connect with nature is by maybe going barefoot outside, somewhere that you can. Like I said, like if you have like a park or something nearby you that you can maybe walk barefoot, if you have a backyard, your front yard, I don't know, your apartment complex, somewhere to where you can maybe get outside or walk barefoot. And if you can't do that, like I said here, you can do it inside and just imagine yourself walking on a beach using a little bit of visualization. I want to get one more of these for y'all. Can I get one more? Okay. Please don't stop the music. Okay, so you got music. Turn on music you love and notice the change in your body. So again, you guys have a very close um like connection with your body. Or was that this group that I said that with? I don't even remember. But anyway, I feel like many of you may have a strong connection with your body. So definitely listen to that. But I definitely feel like with music here, music may be very healing for you. You may love to listen to music or a specific genre. Some of you may even be a specific artist. Something about instrumental music as well. So maybe some of you may need to listen to more instrumental music. Maybe the lyrics, not necessarily saying that they're negative or bad or a bad influence or anything like that, the conspiracy theories. But I feel like for some of you, that may be starting to be a little bit overwhelming for you, like songs with lyrics. So maybe instrumental music, kind of what I'm playing now. I don't know if y'all can hear it. Yeah. Um, But this is just a chill guitar beats playlist on Spotify. But yeah, music definitely could be very healing for you and helpful for you at this moment, to help nurture yourself. Some of you, this could even be you taking yourself to a concert or going to a concert with someone. You know, it could be a musical artist somewhere, or maybe somewhere local or close close by, or maybe you want to travel for it. Again, something about traveling for this group. But yeah, definitely connecting with the music, dancing, singing. Yeah. But group number two, these are all the messages that I'm seeing for y'all. So let me know how the reading resonates for you in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Um, yeah, y'all stay well, stay blessed, and I'll see you all in my next reading. Peace out. What's good, group number three? Last but not least, for those of you who are drawn to picture number three, number tres, this is going to be your reading today. How can you nurture yourself more? How can you pour more into yourself? So, Spirit guys, this is for group number three. How can they nurture themselves more? How can they nurture themselves more? So, I'm feeling for this group, I feel like one way that you can practice more self love is through your. Because there are different forms of self love that you can practice. But I feel like for this group here, it's more so of your spiritual self love. Taking care of yourself on a spiritual level, making sure that, like, you're, you know, protecting yourself, make sure you're cleansing yourself, and being consistent with it as well. Because it's one thing, you know, just doing it, but it's another thing being consistent with it. Maybe some of you haven't been as consistent as you should be with certain practices. So this could definitely just be your spirit guide saying, "Hey, let's get a little bit more consistent, and be more persistent with it." How can group number three nurture themselves more? Okay, my ears are ringing, y'all. This is crazy. Okay, so you got self love, um, guilt, and quest. So it's funny. I think you're the only group that got like the actual card of self love. So very interesting. I feel like how you can nurture yourself more is by, for sure, definitely working on your spiritual self love, and also your emotional self love. So your spiritual self love is more so of protecting your energetic body, um, you know, protecting yourself from certain energies or spirits or spell work, things like that. Um, your emotional self love is more so of nurturing yourself on an emotional level. So this could be, you know, going to therapy. This could be doing shadow work and maybe tackling certain like feelings or emotions that may come up. Because I feel like with quest and guilt popping up here, um, you may have recently had a lot of like different emotions pop up or randomly like just stem up for you, or you may have been getting triggered randomly. Um, and for some of you, this could have even been things like that you may have thought that you already worked through, but it may have come back up. Um, so I feel like, you know, practicing more of, you know, pouring into yourself or nurturing yourself could look like just, you know, dealing with those things head on. And it may sound, simple, but it really is that simple. Um, it could literally be used like sitting down watching TV or something, and a random emotion or feeling comes up, and it's like, I thought I dealt with this, or where did this come from? Instead of just like pushing it to the side, that maybe some of you do, sit with it, like literally sit with it. Or you can even like pull out a journal and journal about it. Why am I feeling this way? Where did this feeling come from? Where did this insecurity come up that I thought that I completely healed from in the past? And it's not that you didn't heal from it. It's more so of like the universe kind of triggering you in those moments to just kind of get you to understand that with this quest card here, that life is a journey, or healing is a journey. It's not like oh well, I've healed this and that's done. Sometimes things just may come back up because it may show you like, hey, you may not have worked through this as much as you thought you did, or maybe there's something deeper in this feeling or emotion that you may not have touched on in the past. So you may have healed through certain things, but you may, um, what is it? It's almost like a splinter. I've heard another reader on YouTube kind of talk about it in this sense. You know how like you may get like a splinter from like wood or something, stuck in your finger or something like that, and you may have to pull it out. That's kind of what I'm picking up from this. You're healing. You've done the big work. It's not like a big surgery like you've done in the past. It's literally just like a small splinter that just needs to be pulled out. It may hurt coming out, but it's just a split second. So that's kind of the energy I'm picking up for this group. Is definitely nurturing yourself on an emotional level, in the sense of dealing with what comes up for you instead of pushing it to the side. Deal with it right then and there. Feel it. If and if you're like, and if this, how can I put this, or if you're being like triggered by a certain person, talk about it with that person. Be vulnerable at that moment. Some of you, another form of nurturing yourself is being vulnerable, allowing yourself to be vulnerable with other people, even if like the other person may not understand or get it. It's not really for them to get or understand. The whole purpose of that lesson is for you to be vulnerable. Like, just be vulnerable. It doesn't matter how the other person may take it or perceive it. It's about the fact that you did it. You were vulnerable when in the past, getting you to be vulnerable was like pulling teeth. So I feel like you've done a beautiful job, group number three. I'm so happy for you. You've done a beautiful job in working on yourself and working through certain things, and even definitely like mindsets that you've gone through in the past, um, and working through those feelings and emotions and beliefs and I just heard setbacks. Um, working through those things beautifully and processing those feelings and emotions. And that may be the thing here as well. Some of you may be very quick at processing your feelings and emotions. And while that's, a very positive thing, there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes we may, because I'm the same way. I'm a Libra moon. Some of you may have a moon sign in your, not a moon sign, an air sign in your moon or Mercury. But I know for myself, I process things really quickly, and oftentimes when, because I resonate with this energy a lot as well, I may be just randomly going about my day, and I just feel triggered for some, like over something very random or something very small, and it's like, damn, I thought I really worked through that. But it's like, okay, well, in the past, I may have processed through this really quickly, and I may have overlooked this certain detail within this feeling or emotion that is really vital or important for me to realize or understand before I can move forward. Does this make sense? Well, yeah, it makes sense. But I definitely feel like for this group here, definitely, nurturing yourself on an emotional sense, whatever that may look like for you. I just heard aromatherapy, so some of you may want to do like aromatherapy. You could be working with incense or different essential oils. You can get like a oil diffuser. They sell them off Amazon. I think the cheapest you can get like $10. Um, but there, I like to use those as well, especially looking into certain oils that may help alleviate certain symptoms. Um, I just heard lemon. You may want to work with lemon or lavender, or different like floral scents. But yeah, let's move on. Let's get some tarot cards. Let's get some tarot. The tarot. How can group number three nurture themselves more? How can they pour more into themselves? Music, something about music as well. Um, I I forget which group I said this in. Um, it may have been group two. I'm not sure, but like instrumental music. So maybe less music with like words and stuff in it. Not to say that you should, you know, throw it out the window completely, but like maybe listening to more like instrumental music, so that way you're not really distracted by the words. You're able to really feel the music and be in that moment. um, so yeah, something about instrumental music. Especially if you find yourself thinking a lot, if you're in your head a lot. Oh, this is too many. How can group number three nurture themselves more? So you got the hangman. Okay. So this is like a shift in perception, or a shift in like how you are perceiving your current circumstances or situation. Or even for some of you with guilt popping up here, you may have some things from the past that you may need to deal with. Um, for some of you, this, because I'm filming this during a time of Mercury retrograde. So Mercury retrograde may be a time for you. So you may have some things that really, a lot of things that pop up for you at this moment, and like certain feelings or emotions, and for some of you, certain people, maybe certain people from your past that you're needing to get closure from, or to get a almost like an understanding or clarity from. Ten of Wands. Can I get one more? Yeah, Ten of Wands. How you can nurture yourself more is definitely by um, not carrying this load that you've been carrying. And I know that's something easier said than done, but there's something that you're carrying mentally, because it's paired with the hangman here. There's something that you're carrying mentally that's kind of weighing you down a little bit, or keeping you from moving on to the next level. Because there's a new beginning trying to kind of break through. For some of you, this is like a new beginning in your love life. For others of you, this is a new beginning in your home life. But something's trying to break through, and I feel like you're mostly ready for it. You're mostly prepared for it. But again, there's something about little details that may need to be worked through. Um, yeah, something about little details. Yeah, so at the bottom of the deck, you have the death card. So this is like inevitable change. Like this is like your spirit guides, like like this is meant to happen. This is a part of your quest, a part of your journey. You're meant to experience. something. What it is, I don't know, but you're meant to experience something, but it's like you can't really experience it fully because you're still holding on to something mentally or emotionally. For some of you, it can be as simple and it doesn't feel like something big. It feels like something really small. And it's almost like when you figure it out, you're gonna be like, "What?" Like all this time, and I just had to release this. All this time that I had to wait, and I just had to let this go. Like, and some of you, this may even cause a bit of a frustration for you because you're like, "Damn, all I had to do was release this. All I had to do was let this person go. All I had to do was this or that." Like it feels like something really small and simple, but it's almost like releasing that will like open up the floodgates of all the blessings that are owed to you. But it has something, again, it has something to do with your either your mindset or your perception on things. Maybe it's your perception on your reality or your perception on yourself with self-love here. Maybe some of you still feel like you are not deserving or worthy of love or for blessings or for, abundance or good things to happen to you. Maybe some of you are so stuck on the past with guilt here or stuck on how things did not work out for you in the past, and it's almost a little bit of PTSD or you being a little bit fearful of the future or what's to come because you may not think that things are going to work out for you. But I feel like that's what is needing to be dropped is your feeling of work, your feeling of being deserving or feeling worthy of good things or blessings or abundance and the whole shebang. You feel me? So I feel like for this group, definitely it's something small, but it's important because with death showing up here as well, I feel like this change or this shift is going to happen. It's inevitable. Like whatever this is coming towards you, it's going to happen regardless. But it's almost like your spirit guides want things to be perfect. They want things to be like on your P's and Q's before this blessing come in. Because some of you, honestly, if you haven't dealt with certain things from your past or certain insecurities, things of that sort, you may fuck it up. I'm just being honest with you. So, um, yeah, look at this. Underneath the death card was Ace of Wands. So this is something that is inevitable. But this is Ace of Wands is like manifestation. So something's manifesting for you, group number three. Something's breaking through. Um, but it's like once you truly release this thing, this mindset, it doesn't feel like a person. Honestly, this doesn't feel like a person. If it is, this may be a Pisces or a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, picking up Aquarius as well. But I feel like for like 99% of you, this is more so of an internal thing, such as your mindset. Yeah, underneath the Ace of Wands was the Four of Pentacles, and you got the Death here as well. Again, it's something inevitable. It's like you're holding on to something really tight, and it's like it's time for you to let it go. Let it go. Answer the call with Judgment underneath here. It's time for you to answer the call. You're stepping into a very powerful and potent time in your life, group number three. Very powerful time. I'm so happy for you. I feel like you deserve this shift, this blessing, this change. You deserve it. Let's turn on a little bit of light here. There we go. Started to get a little bit dark outside. I'm actually filming your group a little bit later on in the day. I filmed the other two groups this morning, but after group number two, I just needed a nap. So I just kind of, took a nap, ran some errands, and now I'm back to your group, but it's a little bit later in the evening. But anyways, and that could be another thing as well. Maybe you need to take more naps. Um, yeah, definitely taking more naps, getting more sleep and more rest. Even I've even recently, like on my lunch break, um, like instead of like like eating, I may go into like find a room somewhere and take a nap, which has been something that's been very, very helpful for me. Okay, how can group number three nurture themselves more? Okay, so you have I don't know, I don't know how to pronounce that. Sylphus, Sylphus, something like that. I don't know. But peace, agent of change, impact, importance. This is definitely giving me like this self love card type of vibes here too. So this is about being open to change, being open to the winds of change. The sun is coming up, like you're coming out of winter, your winter season, and you're coming into your spring season, where things are starting to blossom for you. Things are starting to look up for you. You're no longer feeling, stuck or stagnant or feeling like, things are never going to change for you. You're now coming out of there. You're coming into a very, much more happy and much more at peace vibe, much more at peace time in your life. So, how you can nurture yourself more during this time is something about gratitude, showing gratitude. So, maybe doing like a gratitude journal, but definitely being grateful for what you already have or where you currently are right now. You got card 23, Salamander. And it's so funny you got the ones here. And didn't you have. Yeah, with the Ace of Wands here, you got a Salamander here on the card. So, what message does the Salamander have for you? Um, I don't know how to pronounce that. Ouroboros? I don't know. Creative work, infinite wisdom, alchemy. So, how you can nurture yourself more at this time is by tapping into your creativity. So maybe doing something creative. I see you like making something with your hands, and it's not like something that you have to be good at or something that you got to make a career out of or anything like that. This feels like literally like something almost like a mindfulness thing. Maybe you doing a mindfulness activity, but it has something to do with creativity. So some of you, this could be painting. This could be you going to the dollar store, getting you a canvas, some paint. Doesn't have to be some expensive thing unless you're just really wanting to get into it like that. But maybe doing something creative, and if you're not into painting, maybe getting you like an adult coloring book. Um, those are amazing as well. Or some of you, even this could be joining a class or a course and maybe learning a new skill or expanding on a new skill. But I definitely see you pouring into yourself by doing something creative, something that's going to help you kind of get into that divine feminine energy here, the energy of receiving. Yeah, this person is there. Her arms are wide open, so this is definitely you, kind of needing to shift into this energy of receiving. And I feel like you'll what will help you shift into that is by being creative at this moment. This could even be as simple as like maybe changing your home around. Maybe you have had the same decorations up for years, or maybe your furniture has always been in the same, you know, position that it's been for since you moved in. So this could be you shifting your furniture around, changing your decor or aesthetic, It doesn't, again, it doesn't have to be some expensive change. It can be something very simple, very easy, something you can do at any point of the day. Um, this can even be you being creative with yourself, with your look. So maybe shifting your like aesthetic around, your personal aesthetic around. Maybe you are used to wearing one shade of makeup. Maybe you're trying a different shade, or I don't know. But definitely something about shifting things in a creative way, being creative with it. Yeah, I just heard Spirit say get creative with it. This could even have to do with your work. Maybe getting creative at work. Maybe you're used to doing things, and this can also have to play in like shifting your perception on things. Maybe you're getting bored or tired at work, but maybe you may just need to shift your perception on there. Maybe you're used to doing your job one way or how other people showed you how to do it, but maybe your spirit guides want you to do things differently. Maybe they want you to get creative with it. Um, Use that at your own discretion. Um, but yeah, you got 4 and 1. This adds up to 5. You got 2 and 3 that adds up to 5. So 555 is an important number for you, or 55. 6 as well. 610 I just saw. But yeah, definitely 555 is a number of change. So you're definitely going through a lot of change and transition at the moment. Um, so to help you get through this is definitely to nurture yourself, your spiritual protection, your emotional self. So let's close your reading off with a good like practical um, advice for you, or a practical tip. So this is for group number 3. How can they nurture themselves more? Wow. Okay, flow. The more you resist the current of change, the harder the current pushes. If you hold onto the grass on the side of the river, not wanting to move, you will be battered by the strong current. If you float in the middle of the river, the current is gentle and you float easily downstream. Aim for the path of least resistance. Go with the flow. Y'all, this literally ties up the entire reading. Your spirit guides want you to go with the flow. How you can nurture yourself is by literally just going with the flow of life. Stop worrying about how things are going to happen, when things are going to happen. Stop trying to control it. Just go with the flow of change. Change is going to happen. Again, it's inevitable. It's going to happen regardless of whether you want it or not. It's like death, because that's what the death card talks about. Death is going to come for any and every living organism or in our solar system. It's going to come for everybody and everything. So it's inevitable. So this change that you're about to experience is something that's inevitable. It's going to happen whether you want it to happen or not. But some of you may be thinking that it's going to be something negative or something that's going to cause you to, to be a that's going to be a nuisance to you, or like you're thinking negatively about this change that you've been hearing about. But it's like it's not going to be negative. It's going to be something that is going to be very healing for you and very positive for you. But again, it's all in your perception. Literally, it's all in your perception. So how you can nurture yourself through this time of change is by altering your perception on how this change is happening. So group number 3, these are all the messages that I'm seeing for y'all. So let me know how this reading resonates for you in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Um, y'all stay well, stay blessed, and I'll see you all in my next reading. Peace out.